Oh, this car. It doesn't make a lot of sense. The biggest thing I notice is the lack of speed, the brake bias being way too high to the front. See how it just locks? And it just slides. It also, this isn't really rider roll as much as just the handling feels sloppy. Which makes you think it either has not enough minimum grip, not enough maximum grip, and or a setting too much towards understeer on traction body. So, I mean, it could use a little bit more downforce as well. That's a very common problem with cars in this game. Of course, it doesn't have ABS, so it's not going to get it.
In recent months, Mayor Ochoa has decided to launch a radical new plan to rid the Liberty City subway system of its rat infestation. He called it the sinking ship solution and said the subway system will be shut and flooded so that all of the rats,
Yeah, see, it just is a little...
and other vermin will be drowned and flushed into
sloppy.
He also indicated this
It's not bad, but this thing is outclassed in its class now. I mean, do you trust this to go toe-to-toe with the Pro Touring Tampa? On all but the roughest terrain, this car is going to be doing a lot better. See, I mean, I'm not getting upset by the bumps, though. I mean, it's not bad, but there's just... Why it's doing that? I mean, maybe...
Watch yourself, yo!
Maybe under full compression or something? Well, no, it's not scraping a rocker panel on the ground. It doesn't make any sense. Why would it... I mean, I could always give it a little... It's got pretty good ground clearance, actually. Might be like the Romero. Its suspension lower limit might actually be too low. Never thought of that. Because usually cars that lean excessively...
I should sue you for stressing me out.
Either both values are too high, but... lower limit is almost always too high. See how it kind of sags when it go in the air? Good example. I'll show you. Couldn't really see it there. I didn't get a lot of air, but... Oh my god. It's just, it gets sloppier as you can see. See now the understeer that's in the chassis there? I mean, yeah, I was driving it hard, but I wasn't being particularly stupid. Here. Yeah, this is already a lot better. I mean, really, it's not making it much faster, but the brake bias was way too much to the front. The rears are basically along for the ride. A lot of cars have that problem, especially these in this class, but the handling is a lot crisper now. And also, part of the problem was the lower limit was too low. Now, see how it's stopping on the bump stops, how it should? In other words, it's not scraping a rocker panel. That would also explain some of the sloppiness or bumps earlier. Doubling the downforce value. Actually, more than doubling the downforce value. It was negative 0.08. It's now negative 0.18. Oh yeah, this is much better. It's still a little soft to drive. It still drives more like a Grand Tour, but it is a lot better. See, you can actually maneuver now. Yeah, it's not going to be on the same level as, say, the Tampa. It's certainly not going to be on the same level as the Faction, but it at least drives like a car. Before, it just felt sloppy all the time. I don't mind soft. I do mind sloppy. You know, take from that what you will. Let's just say I don't have a type. I really don't. But I do have a type when it comes to personal. That, I would argue, is a lot more stable and consistent over time than someone's physical appearance. It's a good song, by the way. See, still a little soft. It's still a safe, but it's not garbage. It actually drives competently. A little bit of extra ground clearance can't hurt either. Oh, okay. Yeah, see how it handles that sort of irregular bump? It really doesn't seem to mind those now. That's the power of downforce. Now, I will say, stock for stock, without edits, this thing actually did have a decent downforce rating, but it wasn't enough. Especially with how the ground clearance is, you do not fear vertical obstacles in this car. See, nice smooth compressions, no problem here. Oh, this actually drives nicely. I'm very happy with it. I mean, assuming you know that it's still a Sabre. That's one thing you must always keep in mind. It's still never going to be as agile as a Ruiner, a Tampa, a Figaro, or a Vex. Those are probably the 4 power players. Pure racing machines. They have their own ways of going about their business. Ruiner is slower in a straight line. It brakes and handles extremely well. It's also wide and has terrible ground clearance, even after I buffed the set ground clearance. I should tell you something. See, I can actually maneuver with this. This is nice. It's not amazing, but it does work. That's all I wanted it to do. Still a little slow, still a little soft, but you can at least handle it. You can duck and weave a little bit with it. That's see a little bit of understeer still. I'm not going to tune all of that now. It is a lot better though. And that's probably another tricky part too. Making a car drive better and maintain being competitive in its class in spite of all the power creep without losing the feel. That's probably the hardest part.
Improvisational rhythm has come to Star Junction.
Wiring a car like that. They really do choose bad locations to do that, don't they? Do. Okay, now I need to go north. Oh yeah. This isn't going to work.
You've got to stay true to yourself.
What is this idiot doing? What is this idiot doing? You see how he just plowed into that tree? Oh my god.
From the wrong side of the tracks. That's what.
Now, in the game data files, this is called the Eurobeat mix, which I don't exactly agree with. I mean, it makes some sense to me, but not a lot. Which reminds me, I need to acquire some more instrumentals and high energy. Basically, chip. Well, not sort of chip tunes. Not exactly though. See, it actually sort of handles now. That's all I was going for. Good enough. Doesn't it can't be God tier. It won't be God tier. I will not allow it to be. Not exactly the clean parking job, but she does all right.